Charizard EX is the big new hyped deck from Obsidian Flames, but this set actually has a lot of cool rogue decks within it, and the one that I'm going to be covering today can have up to 4 Pokemon tools attached to it. That's right, Revavroom EX is the card of the day today. What is going on, everybody? Hitmonchanting here, back again with another Pokemon trading card game online deck tech. Today we're on PTCG Live and we're taking a look at Revavroom EX. Revavroom is super cool with its tune up ability. You can have up to 4 Pokemon tools attached to it at once. And now Wild Drift does 170 damage for 3 energy, and you take 30 less damage from attacks during your opponent's next turn. This is a turbo build of Revavroom, which makes sense because Revavroom's whole goal is to just go fast. We're rocking a 4-3 line of Revavroom in here with one of the Revavrooms from Scarlet and Violet base set to have a bit of draw support in the late game. And we also are playing 1 Squawkabilly and 2 Lumineon. Our turn 1 is crucial, and the way this deck is built, you're actually going to want to be going second. Yes, that's right, we're playing a going second deck, which actually never really happens. Most times you want to go first, but because of the way that we have our deck set up, the only way to make Revavroom work right now, in my opinion anyway, is to go second because we're using Geeta. And Geeta is a brand new supporter from Obsidian Flames, and the effect of the card is you search your deck for 2 basic energies and attach them to one of your Pokemon. Then you shuffle your deck, but during this turn, your Pokemon can't attack. Any Pokemon, even the ones that you just put into play, cannot attack. So that's why you want to go second, so you can use your Lumineons and your Squawkabilly to help support you really, really fast, and then you get Geeta going, and you're good to go. Yeah, that's basically it. And that's the whole point of the deck. That's the whole strategy. For support, we're rocking with 3 Battle VIPs, as well as 4 Nest Ball and 3 Ultra Ball. On top of that, we have 2 Geeta for our supporters, as well as 1 Boss's Orders, 3 Research, 2 Iono, and then 2 Arven, because we're playing a lot of different tools in this deck and a couple of different items, so we do want to be able to search those out when we need them, starting from turn 2 onwards. In terms of tools and items, we're also playing an Energy Search in here, just so we can find an energy off of Arven to draw more cards with Revavroom from Scarlet and Violet. We're also playing 2 copies of Switch in here, as well as 1 copy of Lost Vacuum. And now for our tool lineup, I'm actually very, very excited about this. We're playing 4 of the new Vengeful Punch card from Obsidian Flames. When your Pokemon is knocked out, your opponent's active, or the attacking Pokemon, takes 4 damage counters. So if you put a bunch of these on Revavroom EX, you can attack them. If they knock you out, they take 4 damage counters for each Vengeful Punch. You put 4 of those on, they take 160 damage in return, and that's pretty dang strong. We're also rocking with 3 EXP share to keep our energies into play, so if one of our Varooms gets knocked out, it's not the end of the world. We're also playing 2 Choice Belt in here to help boost their damage against Pokemon V, as well as 2 of the Defiance Band card, because I find that more often than not, you do go behind prizes in this deck. So if you go very, very quick, your opponent takes a knockout, you put some Defiance Bands on, and you're going to be doing a bunch of damage to everything, even base EXs like Chien-Pao. Well, Chien-Pao you knock out anyway because of weakness, but Miraidon is a big one as well, because you need 2 damage mods to knock out a Miraidon here. And we also have 1 copy of 4 Seal Stones, so we can grab whatever we need off of Lumineon. You know, you put down Lumineon, you put down 4 Seal Stones, grab whatever you need. And for energy, we're playing 10 Metal Energy, and that's basically it. That's the list. It's very fast, it's very cool, and I'm very excited to get some dubs with it, so let's hop into some games. We get to call a coin flip here. Tails never fails, is what I always say. So hopefully Tails will not fail us today. Oh, and there we go. So we're going to absolutely get to choose to go second here. With this deck, all you really want is a decent start. You want to have your Squawkabilly. Yeah, you really want to be able to get your Geeta. That's like the main thing about this deck. This is a pretty solid start. We're seeing what we're up against. Looks like we're up against, I don't know, Grass and Psychic and Gardenia. That throws me off a little bit, I won't lie. We're gonna see what we are up against today. We're gonna start with Varoom in the active spot, place Squawkabilly down after. We have Battle VIP, so hopefully we can grab some cards. I'm playing against Giratina, non-lost zone Giratina, maybe, because you have Gardenia. Lumineon. Let's see what they search out here with Lumineon. I'm very curious about this, actually. Okay, they are getting a Chorus. I don't know why they have the Gardenia. I don't know, maybe Giratina decks play one copy of Gardenia? I don't know. But let's see what we can do here. We have the Squawkabilly, we have the Battle VIP, which we're absolutely going to use. And now I'm debating if we put Lumineon down and put the Forest Seal down to guarantee the Geeta. Because I really don't know. We have two. I actually think I want to do that, considering one is prized. I want to put the Lumineon down and attach the Forest Seal to guarantee Geeta. And this is how we're going to put our lineup for tools and such right now. We're going to put the EXP shirt here and attach. Now we're going to go for the Squawkabilly, and then we're going to Geeta to the active. So because of that, okay, so we did get Geeta, which was good. Because we're doing this, Geeta to our active one, as long as we can find ourselves and energy next turn, we can still attack, which is the main thing here. Don't think I want to use the Forest Seal right now. Think we're okay. I can't do a spinning draw, so we're just gonna pass. I think this was a good starting turn. We're basically gifting them this Varoom. We have the Vengeful Punch on it, so they're gonna take some damage from it. I'm not expecting a Giratina attack here at all, but maybe they're gonna have the most cracked hand of all time. We really don't know what their deck is about. It looks to be Lost Vacuum. I just don't know why they have Gardenia in there. So they're going to Colossus Experiment away. They got the Forest Seal Stone, so no Star Requiem coming out. It's gonna be good for us this game, because Star Requiem just goes through our revenge punches. So very, very good to have the Star Requiem gone this game. They're gonna select cards from their deck, 2 in the Lost Zone. They could try and do a big Lost Zone spree, if you will, where they go crazy, get Lost Vacuum, do a bunch of stuff, Abyss Seeking, and then try and get Giratina VSTAR up next turn. But it looks like they're just gonna grab themselves a Comfy. They do have an Escape Rope here, which I'm gonna give them anything. Probably just Squawkabilly is fine. I genuinely don't see a knockout happening here, because they already use a supporter. There's a Flower Selecting coming out, this is okay. We can just switch off the Squawkabilly after, and if our Varoom and Varoom, both our Varooms are alive, that's good for us after. So it looks like they're just going to go into the Comfy, do a Flower Selecting, and that might be it. Potentially. They might not be having the greatest starting hand here. They're going to switch card back into Giratina, it seems. And now this is our time to strike, because if we can get 2 of our Choice Belts on our Varoom, or Revavroom, I should say, we will be able to get a KO, which I think is very, very good. I also did realize I didn't talk about my stadium count just yet, so I'll mention something about that in a second. But okay, here we have a Metal Energy, so we're going to put the Metal on this Varoom. This one gets evolved. We're going to evolve this Revavroom as well. I think is still worth evolving right now. We'll switch, and all we need is 2 Choice Belts here. So we're going to go for the Iono. See what we can grab. Now, I do want to take a look through the deck. Defiance Band isn't helpful right now, but I'm debating if we go for the Luminous Sign, not the Luminous Sign, the Star Alchemy. But first, I'll Ultra Ball, Defiance Band, and Geeta away, because I definitely am going to grab a Varoom. Do we have both the Choice Belts in here? We do have both the Choice Belts, so I'm thinking of doing something a little bit saucy. So put the Varoom down. We will put another Vengeful Punch on Revavroom. And I'm going to go for Star Alchemy. I want to grab the Energy. And I want to grab an Energy so we can just draw. Because I could grab a Town Store, but that wouldn't help. I need to grab this Energy. I'm going to go for a Rumbling Engine here and try and draw into both Choice Belts, which I think is possible potentially. We didn't quite get there, but that's okay. We get Shopping Center, which is good too. So this is where I'm going to explain my stadium count. So we can go there. We can Shopping Center, and Shopping Center lets you take up a Pokemon tool from one of your Pokemon. So we can take it off this Revavroom and put it onto another one. So that's why I love Shopping Center in this deck. And we're going to go for a Wild Drift. So they're not going to be able to KO us this turn. They can't use Star Requiem, and they can do 280, but Wild Drift makes us take 30 less damage. So we're going to be A-okay there. Then we just Wild Drift to knockout. And, you know, Bob's your uncle, as they say. But, sorry, I keep getting sidetrack, my stadium count. When I recorded the intro, I had 2 copies of the brand new Town department store or whatever, which lets you search your deck for a Pokemon tool. Here, probably worth going into, given the way our hand is, I'm not expecting any hand disruption right now. Could probably just afford to go into, excuse me, this Revavroom. I think that's fine. I had 2 of the Town department store, but then I realized something, was that you often will hurt, the deck will hurt a little bit if you leave your EXP shares on your Revavroom EXs. Because think about it, you leave the EXP shares there, you don't have room for another offensive tool. This build of Revavroom is very offensive because we don't have the rigid band or rigid belt or whatever that they have over in Japan in the 151 set. That comes out for us later. So we can't go for a very defensive build, so we need all that space to have a bunch of offensive tools. They are hitting the Mirage Gate here, so they can go for a Giratina VSTAR attack, but that's fine with me. I don't really mind that, to be honest, right now, because I wanted to give him this Revavroom, don't want to give him another prize, and then we can just go Revavroom, 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 all EXs. And plus, we do get the EXP share bonus off of this, so that's why I elected to go into this one. Anyways, so yeah, so we are a very offensive build. You can't afford to keep your EXP shares stuck. You need to be able to recycle them. Also good with Vengeful Punches. If you notice that this Revavroom's not going to get knocked out, but another Pokemon might get knocked out next turn, you can Shopping Center away a Vengeful Punch and fix your math in a different way. Here comes the Escape Rope, and I'm going to go into... Oh, they reset this, though, so I'm not going to go into this. I'm just going to go into a Varoom. I just realized that they did reset our Wild Drift, so a V-Star attack would knock us out. So I want to be careful of that. This is okay though here. This having this Revavroom on bench still is good. They might just go into Cramorant and just go for a Cram hit. That seems fine. They take 1 prize, we'll take 1 prize, and then we can hopefully try and catch Giratina V-Star or Giratina V on the return knockout at some point. Also, if we could find boss, that would be good as well. So we're just gonna have to take a look and see. We're gonna go into our Revavroom EX here and see what we're gonna be able to draw. We didn't get rid of our rod just yet, so I don't exactly want to burn the Nest Ball. So we'll go for a Rumbling Engine to start. I think that's okay. Yeah, so there's the rod, right? So we can rod back and get back Varoom into energy. We can go for the Nest Ball here, grab Varoom. And now it's not even like really worth Ionoing them right now. That's the thing. Because I don't want to give them any more options. So I'll throw another Vengeful Punch on Revavroom EX. We will put we'll put an energy there. We'll keep the Iono for now. I don't think it's really necessary. And then we're just gonna Wild Drift, because right now we're going to be doing 120 in return. So if they knock out our Revavroom, we do 120, and then we can knock them out with Wild Drift on our other Revavroom EX the next turn. So we're actually in a decent spot here. We do have 1 Pokemon susceptible to Sableye on the bench, which is fine. It's okay, not crazy. I guess the Gardenia is in here to kind of... And I'm just so curious about it. I'm so curious behind the logic of it. I have never seen that before. But maybe if you can't get your Confuse going, you can try and Giratina, or you can try and Gardenia and get an extra energy on Giratina during the turn. They did get rid of our Shopping Center, but that's okay. We have pretty much no need for it now. And they do give us a pivot option in the Beach Court, because I'm not planning to bump that just yet. They do bench the Sableye here, and if they go for the Sableye, I'm guessing they're going to take out this Varoom and prep a Squawkabilly or something like that. Just try and go for a single prize, route the rest of the game, which would make sense. They've lost zone 2 energy, lost zone a other Sableye. So like the very good, oh, they're gonna vacuum us. That sucks. They're vacuuming away the Manaphy. Getting rid of a Vengeful Punch would be my guess. Yeah, that's not like terrible. It's okay because we do 80. Like if we do 80 damage in return, we're still almost knocking out a Giratina fully, like in the back and forth, and we should have another Vengeful Punch still in our in our deck. So I'm not too upset about that. Do need to deal with the Sableye, though. The Sableye is going to be tough to deal with. They target down a Revavroom means that we don't survive a Lost Impact on Giratina. So that's not great. I figured they would target down the Squawkabilly. Kind of makes sense to me. They do 6 there, then they can take it out next turn and start hitting Lumineon, and they can get Lumineon the turn after. But I'm gonna hope that they can't get a good play going here. So what do I want to do? They already used their Force Seal. I'm guessing the right call might just be to Lost Vacuum away this Beach Court, just to not give them the pivot option. So we'll get rid of that. We're probably gonna have to go for an Iono, but let's go for a Rumbling Engine first. See what we can achieve here. We get Town Store, get another EXP share. I don't think we need the EXP share anymore. This EXP share. We have this Revavroom. I'll grab it anyway. And we have our other Vengeful Punch, which I think I want to grab off the Town Store. And then we'll go for an Iono. I'm thinking that's the correct call here. We could grab Defiance Band. Defiance Band's not going to do much for us anymore, though. Or right now, I should say. So we'll Vengeful Punch here. We'll go for an Iono. And they did just get a card off the prizes, so we Iono them to 4. It's not perfect, but it's okay. And it gives us a little bit of wiggle room for next turn as well. We have adequate energy. I believe it's 5, 6, 7. We have some in deck still. Perfect. I don't want to drop the Defiance Band just yet. I just want to go for the Wild Drift here and take the knockout on this Sableye. So now we're even in prizes. We are 4-4 against Giratina, and I'm very certain they're gonna have to go into Giratina at some point. I do think we are down our boss though. Oh no, we're not. Is our boss still in deck? I didn't even check. Like, I keep talking and forgetting these things. So them going into Giratina VSTAR here is actually good for us because they lost impact. They don't knock us out. That's the key here. There's a Gardenia coming down. They don't get any energy off, so they do play 2 Gardenia. They have another Beach Court, and maybe it's for times like this. I don't know. And they're gonna Lost Impact us. They don't get the KO, and they have to Lost on their energy. So being able to force them to use 2 Lost Impacts to knock us out, very, very good. And now we can actually put ourselves in a position where we Wild Drift them. No matter which Giratina they use, they do knock us out. So I'm actually kind of content with how things are looking right now. Yeah, getting rid of both of them off this one. They can't start Requiem us. That's okay. And we could just punch them for more damage with Wild Drift, just in case they have to play a second, second Lost Vacuum to get rid of one of our Vengeful Punches. That could be good. I want to play the Arven right now, just to check the deck. I'll grab the Choice Belt. Yeah, we do have boss and such in there. We couldn't go for the research this turn, unfortunately. We can thin though. Next turn we can go for a boss play, so we can thin the deck a bunch right now, and just try and hope for the top deck, which we could potentially get. So we'll get rid of these. We'll grab a Revavroom here, because realistically all we need is an energy or boss off the top. Because then, or realistically we need an energy off the top, because then we can use Rumbling Engine. So I'm gonna keep these in our hand. We're not gonna get Rock Sandy just yet, so we're gonna Wild Drift. We're gonna Wild Drift, do 200 damage, and now in order to take the knockout, they need to knock us out. And then next turn, does not matter what they go up with. We just need to play our cards right. Make sure we don't deck out, that's the thing. Here comes a Chloris's Experiment from them. They could run and go into a Cramorant. If they try and go into a Cramorant, it's not that bad because they will get knocked out in return. And that puts us behind on prizes, activates Defiance Band, and then we can, Bob's your uncle, as they say. They're going to definitely go for a knockout on this Revavroom here. I think that's the only thing that they can do. They don't have many cards left in deck either. They might have, okay, they do have 2 energy to attach still, so they can afford a 3rd Lost Impact of the game. But again, forcing them to do double Lost Impact. Oh, they do have the Cram, but if they retreat, I don't know if that's the right call, to be completely honest with you. I don't think that it's the right play to retreat, because you just limit your energy so much. They have 1 in the discard. They have another energy. They have none of the Lost Zone. No, they have a bunch of the Lost Zone. Never mind. Yeah, they're gonna go for the other Lost Impact, and they're gonna get knocked out in return. So we just need to find boss now. Boss plus energy, and then we will win the game. they will get knocked out in return. We do also get 2 prizes, which if one of them is the energy, as long as we can play our cards, then we're okay. So we will put one on this Revavroom EX over here, and we are going to see what is going to happen. They get knocked out. We get 2 prizes. We'll see what we're working with here. And we do get energy plus energy search, so we're fine. We have got the game here. We're going to lead Squawkabilly just in case. You know, in case something funky happens. Does not matter what they lead. My guess would be Cram or Comfy, whatever. And we should just have it here because we can energy search. We can grab the energy, no reason not to. We attach an energy here. Choice Belt, Defiance Band. We just need to Rumbling Engine for 2 cards. So we switch into Revavroom. Use Rumbling Engine to draw to the rest of our deck. Find the good old boss. Boss's orders up the Giratina VSTAR, and we Wild Drift for 200 damage, taking the KO and winning the game with Revavroom EX. This is a deck that's very fun to play, I will say, and against certain decks that aren't prepared for it, you could catch some cheeky dubs. We get to call a coin flip. Tails never fails, is what I always say. So we're gonna flip that coin, we're gonna get heads, but that's okay because in this situation with this deck, heads always shreds anyway, because we do want to go second. The only downside is if our opponent's like, no, I want to go second. Then it's a bit of an issue, I will say. But, see? What did I tell you? Like, what is this? What could they possibly be cooking? This would have been an incredible hand too. What could they possibly be cooking where they need to go second? Maybe they're playing Revavroom EX. What could they be cooking? We're going to find out right here in this match. It's an Arceus deck. They're trying to get a turn 1 Trinity Charge. Okay, it doesn't change things too much. We do have a really busted hand, actually. We'll grab the double Varoom. We can Nest Ball for our other Varoom. Leave a space for Lumineon. Getting rid of one of our switches kind of sucks, but that's okay. We'll attach to this Varoom here, not expecting an attack, and we Squawk and seize. EXP share, which is good. The EXP share will energy search and grab another energy. We can get Geeta next turn, and we are basically a turn behind with this. With this whole setup, we're a turn behind, which is crazy to me. It just guarantees that our Geeta will be found, unless we didn't prize them. Probably should have checked, but that's okay. They're playing Blissey. Interesting. Okay, Arc Blissey. I'm curious why you would go second with this deck, though. I guess if you want the Trinity Charge, the Iono for us is kind of annoying, but in theory we should find exactly what we need. Even if we don't find Geeta, which we found 2 of them, so we're fine. Things should be okay. They're gonna Nest Ball again, getting another Arceus. Oh wow, I don't know why you would need 3, but you know what? They are cooking. I don't know what they're cooking, but they're cooking. They're gonna go for the Trinity Charge here and put a bunch of energy on this Blissey. The good thing is we can Vengeful Punch, return KO them. There's nothing that can. Well, they have Bravery Charm, but we'll see. I'm talking too much right now. We're gonna see what happens, what transpires. Now this is a bit difficult here, but I think I'm going to do Geeta. We'll get 2 energy, and I'm probably gonna put them on the benched Varoom because I'm going to Ultra Ball here, get rid of this Geeta, grab the EX. So I don't think there's a way they can knock this out. And I'm going to almost go all in. I'm going to put these Vengeful Punches here. And we're just going to spinning. Oh, we can't attack as the Geeta. That's fine. Okay, so we're going to end turn. We have the Iono for next turn. Things are okay. They knock out this Varoom. Our other Revavroom gets powered up. They take a little bit of damage. And then, like if they knock it out with Arceus, for example, we just need to find 2... we need to find a bunch of our damage mods. And off of a fresh Iono, we are also going to potentially have... They're going to Iono once? That's fine. That actually makes things a lot easier for us if we can find a bunch of our tools and Pokemon support. This is okay. This is actually not that great. Town Store is tough. If we can find Lumineon, then we'll be okay, because we can Town Store and we can Lumineon for like an Arven or something, and then we can Arven get the rest of our board set up. So I'm counting on an Ultra Ball here. Even a Nest Ball is good. That's what I love about playing the 4 seal, is even a Nest Ball is okay. We do have one left in deck. So they can Trinity Nova here. Path to the Peak really hurts us, but thankfully we can afford to get rid of the EXP share right now because we have an energy in hand. So that's okay. They're going to get hit with the Vengeful Punch of our Varoom. And, okay, that Path to the Peak actually hurt us quite a bit. Not that much though. It did make things a little bit easier because we can pile on more tools. So even if we just top deck like Defiance Band, we can knock out this Arceus fully, which is good because we're gonna be. Hold on, can we? My math ain't mathin'. My bad. We knock it out on the return KO, I believe. I think that's what happens. We knock it out on the return KO. If they don't find a path, that is. They already Starbirth. The chances aren't super high. See what we get. An energy, not quite what we wanted. So we'll attach here. And now, is it worth playing the Town Store? Because we can Town Store. I'm just thinking, because we do want to get an EXP share up. We can Town Store, grab the EXP share. We can just punch the Arceus for a lot. I think that's probably the right move. Because right now we're doing 170, they're at 210. If we do 200 to them, they will get knocked out anyway. Okay, we're okay. Yeah, so we'll do this. This is good. This is good. We can Town Store, grab another EXP share, and we don't have any EXP shares left. That's fine. Not really. We'll grab Vengeful Punch and put it on the Varoom. And now we can Wild Drift for 200. If they knock out this Revavroom, they get knocked out on return, which is good. Good for us. Very nice. They're only going to be doing 150 damage with Trinity Nova because of our Wild Drift. So that's fine. It gives us an extra turn to set up. If they get rid of our Town Store and they put a path in play. I did give them Town Store, I guess, to find Choice Belt, which just nullified. Actually doesn't do anything in this matchup, so never mind. They can put it on Blissey all they want. That's fine. This is scary, though. That's a big Blissey coming up. That is a big Blissey coming up. I don't know if they're going to go into that right now. They might. That would be very scary, I won't lie. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. They're just going to hit into us. That's okay. I actually kind of prefer that. It just gives us a chance to set up. This is a huge Blissey for sure. But there's not a lot of healing cards in format right now. Like this Blissey's going to one-shot us. But we can use Vengeful Punch to our advantage on there. So that's okay. We need to top deck something decent. Defiance Band is not that, but we can use this. We can Town Store. We can grab our other Vengeful Punch for later. We really need to kick things into high gear next turn, though. Maybe what we do is we switch into Varoom. That could be the sauce, actually. Yeah, I think we switch into Varoom here, and we just spinning draw them for 10. That could be the sauce, and then they get knocked out by the punch. We drew into the Nest Ball, which guarantees us Lumineon with 4 seals, so that's good. That's very good. Even under Path, that doesn't matter at that point. And here we can get rid of the Choice Belt, which is good. Okay. V-Guard, not going to do too much for you. Boss, they can bring up our Revavroom, that's fine. They're going to get return KO'd anyway, so I'm actually not super mad about that. The only thing is our energy acceleration is going to be a little bit weak, like, going forward. So we're just going to have to kind of stall with Varoom a little bit, I think. I think that's the play, honestly. I don't think there's much more we can do. Fighting an Iono would be good, though, I will say. So we'll go up with this Varoom, I guess. I guess this one we'll go up with just because we need to have the energy here. Do find the Lumineon too off the top. So we'll Town Store. We'll grab a Defiance Band for now. We are still behind in prizes, so that's good. Throw those on there. Can Nest Ball. Like, Nest Ball's not doing anything just now. I probably do want to Iono them and find some energy. But I think research actually might be a little bit better at this stage of the game. Play Lumineon. I think I just want to research them because we just need to find more things. So we'll throw the Force Seal on Lumineon and we'll go for the research. Yeah, like we needed some stuff there. We can Super Rod, bring back Varoom, Energy, Revavroom. And we want to attach to this Revavroom here. With a Force Seal, which we could use, but not worth it right now. We're just going to end the turn. They did lead with Bidoof, so that makes me think they have an energy for retreat. If they have another boss, that would be tough if they knocked out this Revavroom EX here. They have Arceus VSTAR, that's fine. We prized 2 EXP shares, which is kind of nuts. They're going to Town Store. I don't know what they're going to grab. I'll just take a peek through the deck. They have Judge. Okay, so we're not getting bossed here, which is good. I didn't want to get bossed. That would have been the death of me. They find Path. That's also not ideal. I guess we get rid of Vengeful Punch and Defiance Band. Probably shouldn't have thrown those on, to be honest with you. That's a bit of a misplay on my part. But if they don't get a knockout here, we can potentially just get that Blissey in knockout range. So we'll see what happens here. And we will see what happens. That Path kind of hurts a lot. Path does hurt this deck. Could try and throw in a Soul Rock and Lunatone, so Path doesn't exist. But they got a bunch of draw power right now. They're going to be churning through their deck. I'm expecting this Blissey V to come up this turn. I truly am. Don't see why it wouldn't. They could just be trying to find that switching option. They could have a dead hand right now. The thing is we really, really need to like get that Blissey knocked out. We need to get it. If we knock out the Blissey, it's not big enough to survive all of our damage mods, I don't think. And they're just gonna pass. Okay. So we get Choice Belt here. Don't exactly want to do much more. We have boss in deck still. We could boss up something. We also need a switch. I don't want to Iono. Might just go for the spinning draw. Or maybe we should Iono. But like, yeah, maybe we should Iono actually. I think we probably should. Let's go for the Iono here. Try and get our other Revavroom EX. I think that's fine. Yeah, we grab this fella. He's only got 1 retreat too, which is important to know, so that's okay. I'm actually thinking really hard about this matchup. We don't want to bench this Varoom. We actually should probably just pass here. Be my guess. Then we can just Force Seal for an energy or something. Next turn. We have a Psychic Energy on Blissey. They're going to be drawing. Maybe they did dead draw. We could, if we Force Seal and they're going to research us. Okay, that's good. No boss. If they they knock out Revavroom, they're going to escape rope us. I think we just go into Squawk. Because we can, hold on. Let's see what we have in the discard. I believe we have our Stadium Bump. I believe we do. I think we just go into Squawk. Because Revavroom, no way Revavroom survives this. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, no way Revavroom survives. So we just go into the Squawk here. And then Blissey does a bunch of damage. And then that means all they need is boss to win. Yeah, the rope was actually a bit tough, I won't lie. The rope was a bit difficult for us to deal with. Yeah, 390 damage, not bad. And the Blissey gets ever more powerful. We're gonna have to go into this Revavroom here. We're gonna have to make some magic happen. We're just gonna have to one-shot it. That's our angle. We have to one-shot this this fella here. So how do we go about that? We'll Ultra Ball these away. Grab this Revavroom. How do we go about that? We only have 1 other damage mod, so we can't one-shot it. We could boss something up. How many cards do we have in deck? We have 11 in deck. They also have 11. But bossing up, it doesn't do anything. It does not do anything here. Okay, let's grab Lumineon for now. Let's Star Alchemy. I think I could have won this game for sure if I didn't put all those tools on Revavroom, because then we went for the Iono anyway. So I could Lost Vacuum here. Could Arven grab Lost Vacuum and such. I think that's the only angle, unfortunately. Arven, we grab Lost Vacuum Belt. We were very, very close. We were so close here. Attached to this Revavroom. Or it doesn't even matter, but I guess why not? We Lost Vacuum away the Lumineon. Get rid of this. We were very close here. We were very close. It was just my misplay. We could have won this game. We very much so could have won this game if I was paying attention. Man, that's unfortunate. That is very, very unfortunate. Even if we had Town Store, we could have won too. If we had not Town Store, the Shopping Center. Shopping Center wasn't prized because we could have moved this off, put it onto the Revavroom. Yeah, we would have just went for research. Okay, a couple of unfortunate things have happened in this game. I will not lie, but I think that still was a good showing of the deck and what the deck can do. Even under Path could be okay. But unfortunately, we did lose this game, but I still think it was a good showing of what Revavroom EX has to offer. So what do you think of my Revavroom EX deck? This deck is a ton of fun to play, and right now, it's not great. There's no tools that will really make it super incredible right now. However, I will tell you, you take this engine, quite literally, you take this engine and this framework for Revavroom. I think this is the only way you build it, first and foremost, but you take this engine, and when 151 comes out and you get Rigid Band, which lets your stage 1 Pokemon take 30 less damage, you get that, and you put 4 of them on a Revavroom, and you put down a Solrock and a Lunatone so you can't get pathed, and you Wild Drift, you're taking 150 less damage every turn. Your opponent is not knocking you out. Ever. Ever. They're not knocking you out ever. And then you can play some healing cards whatsoever and stuff like that. I think the core of this deck is really good. I think that the concept is very strong, but it's not its time just yet. This is playable though. You can definitely win games with this. 150%. I've won some games with this against top tier meta decks. I've won against Charizard. I've won against what's it called? I won against Giratina. I've won against a bunch of different archetypes with this deck. So I think that you can definitely give it a try. But I want to say thank you all so much for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed. Comment down below. What do you think of Revavroom EX? What do you like? What do you dislike? And what would you keep and what would you change about this deck list? Yeah, let me know. I do respond to every single comment sooner or later. And subscribe to the channel because I'm posting a bunch of Pokemon TCG videos every single week here on the Hitmonchanting channel. So don't forget, I'm going to be doing TCG Live. I'm going to be doing tabletop videos. I'm getting really far into the swing of content here. Hopefully publishing videos every few days instead of twice a week now. So I'm getting there. We're getting to the full YouTube grind. So yes, thank you all so much for watching. I truly hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, Hitmonchanting out.